morning, students. After having the discussion of the properties like electronegativity, electron gain affinity, and various type of oxidation state of group number 17 elements, now we are doing oxidizing property of these compounds. I am writing few reactions. As E node value suggests that fluorine is most reactive. This fluorine is most reactive. It will react with halide ion in the solution, aqueous solution, and it will convert itself in fluoride ion and halogen ion will be neutralized. So here fluorine can do this type of behavior for chlorine, bromine and iodine, as these are the less reactive element. Now next, suppose chlorine water is added to bromide ion or iodide ion, it will convert in chloride and respective halide that will release. Okay, so it will react with bromide ion and X is equal to bromide or iodine. Here X is equal to chlorine, bromine, iodine. X may be bromine or iodine. In short, in these two reactions, fluorine can react with the halide of halide as chlorine, bromine, iodine, and it will convert in fluoride. But chlorine can displace only the bromine and iodine. Okay, and the turn of bromine, it can react with only iodine and it will convert in Br minus and I2 will release. Okay, so these reactions are showing that F is more reactive as compared to chlorine, as compared to bromine. Okay, these all are showing the oxidizing nature, that fluorine is converting from zero oxidation state to -1 oxidation state. It is taking electron. Now after this reaction with water, fluorine will react with water. It will convert in hydrogen fluoride and it will give oxygen. Means fluorine is capable enough that more electronegative element like oxygen, it can convert oxygen from -2 to 0 oxidation state, and itself it is converting from 0 to -1 oxidation state. Okay, for balancing I am writing 2F2 here and hydrogen 2H2. Okay, this is the behavior of fluorine. Let us proceed with chlorine. Chlorine, when treated with water, there will be formation of HOCl plus HCl. Here chlorine in 0 oxidation state, it is converting in +1 oxidation state as well as -1 oxidation state. In other words, we can say that this type of reaction is disproportionation reaction. Same behavior will be shown by bromine. Br2 plus water, there will be formation of HOBr. Again same type of state, disproportionation reaction, HOBr and HBr. Fluorine is showing one exceptional behavior. The same reason, that high oxidizing power, so that it is taking electron even from oxygen and converting itself in -1 state. So this is about the reaction with water. Now we can say that chlorine water is very good bleaching agent. What is going on? Let us see how chlorine bleaches. As you have observed right now that chlorine give HOCl, and in HOCl it is in +1 oxidation state. So what will happen? HOCl has the tendency, it is less stable compound, and it has the less tendency to release this nascent chlorine. Okay, this nascent chlorine will oxidize and it will bleaches the substances like wood pulp, rose petals, or some other soft clothes, silk and others. So it will bleaches by means of oxidizing power. It will convert from Cl+1 to, as you have seen that water में आपने क्या HOCl बना दिया, इससे water when added to chlorine gas, then there was the presence of HOCl. Now HOCl is less stable and it will convert in nascent chlorine. This nascent chlorine will decolorize the substance by means of oxidation. So this bleaching is permanent. That bleaching is permanent in nature. So here I can relate this concept with the bleaching action of SO2. As you have seen in SO2, bleaching action was temporary, but here bleaching action is permanent. Okay. Now we are observing the nature of iodine and fluorine with respect to water. When iodine in the form of iodine reacts with water, it will convert from -1 oxidation state to 0 oxidation state. It means it is losing electron. And here fluorine has 0 oxidation state, and from 0 oxidation state it is converting in -1 oxidation state. It means in this reaction it is gaining electron. If we are comparing both the reaction, then easily we can say that in group number 17, if we are moving to from fluorine, chlorine and bromine and iodine, then what will happen? Fluorine is showing the maximum oxidizing property. It is even converting oxide ion to 0 oxidation state oxygen. Even it is removing oxygen gas from water. Whereas iodine is showing the behavior that it is converting from I-1 oxidation state to 0 oxidation state. So we can easily conclude that down the group, if in the halogen we are proceed, then oxidizing capacity is decreasing. Extraordinary behavior of fluorine is also seen, that fluorine, as it is having the high charge density, so it is having the more capacity to oxidize, to take electron and convert in -1 oxidation state. Okay. Now reactivity towards metal and non-metal. To understand this, we can have the reaction of magnesium when treated with bromine. There will be formation of MgBr2. In the same manner, this phosphorus element when treated with chlorine, there will be formation of PCl3. If chlorine in excess, it is taken for balancing. Cl2 in excess it is taken, then there will be formation of PCl5. So we have observed that they are showing the reaction with the non-metal as well as metal. Now there are two types of compound. In one, it is showing higher oxidation state, in another one it is showing lower oxidation state. So higher oxidation state having compounds are ionic in nature, and lower oxidation having compounds are covalent in nature. We have studied from the Fuzzen's rule that if an ion in higher oxidation state, then this higher oxidation state substance will be covalent in nature, and lower oxidation state substance, this is ionic in nature. Okay, now let's proceed. Reactivity towards hydrogen means detail of HX. Detailed study of HX in our syllabus, especially chlorine gas and HCl gas. First, in general, we will deal with the reactivity towards hydrogen. You will see that each and every halogen will react and there will be formation of HX. About the behavior of HX, if we are doing discussion about the ionic character of HCl, HBr, HF, HF bond is highly polar as compared to HCl, as compared to HBr and HI. So their acidic character should be in the decreasing order. But due to the bond dissociation enthalpy, the acidic character will be in such manner. Acidic character will be HI, highest bond, lowest bond dissociation enthalpy. Weak bond, it means easily hydrogen can be detached from HI. So what will happen? It will be the strongest acid as compared to HBr, followed by HCl and followed by HI. As we have seen earlier also that the reducing nature also having the same sequence, because easily hydrogen is detachable, it means easily hydrogen is available for reduction. So the reducing nature is also having the same thing. Now number third property, we are doing work for hydrogen bonding. Okay, as you know, due to hydrogen bonding, out of these four compounds, hydrogen bonding is possible in HF only. So HF will show extraordinary behavior. It will show the high boiling point and high melting point. Rest of the halides, HCl, HBr and HI, their boiling point and melting point, the sequence of melting point and boiling point will be like this. As the molecular masses increases or size of halogen increases, van der Waals force decreases, so higher is the melting point and boiling point. Again, HF is exceptional here. Now let us proceed with the other properties. Reactivity towards oxygen. So we'll deal with reactivity towards oxygen. So reactivity towards oxygen, we are observing that chlorine can form two types of oxide, that is OF2 and O2F2. Here oxygen is in -2 state and oxygen is -1 state. But chlorine will always show -1 state. Two types of oxygen and these are highly unstable. Even this O2F2, O2F2 easily convert in oxygen and chlorine gas. As you know, it is unstable compound, so it will convert in this manner. This reaction is used for fluorinating agent. So in all, O2F2 has the capacity to show that it is fluorinating agent. Fluorinating agent, and the main use of its fluorination nature, that it can detach plutonium from the nuclear reactor by means of formation of fluoride. So PuF6 can form in the nuclear reactor, and this compound is used as fluorinating agent. Further in our study, again we will see just today only that O2F2 is showing fluorinating agent and what is the use of fluorination nature. Now next come to the chlorine. For chlorine we are observing that there are variety of oxides. Why? Because we have variable oxidation state, variety of oxidation state. So the various oxides are Cl2O, ClO2, C2L6, here dimeric form of ClO3, then Cl2O7. So these are highly reactive oxidizing agent, as halogen in +1 state here. In a +1 state or more higher oxidation state you are observing. That's why these are highly reactive. About the bromine, there are three possible stable oxides, that is Br2O, BrO2 and BrO3. Out of these, all are least possible and powerful oxidizing agent. Now about iodide. Iodide is existing as I2O4, I2O5 and I2O7. Out of these all, I2O5 is the very powerful oxidizing agent which is used to estimate carbon monoxide. How it will use to estimate carbon monoxide? As I2O5 treated with carbon monoxide, there will be formation of I2 and 5 oxygen molecule. So this reaction, as iodine is liberating, iodine is titrated with hypo or any other solution by means of iodometric or iodometric titration, and estimation of CO is carried out. Estimation माने किसी भी रिएक्शन में कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड किस अमाउंट में निकल रही है, that can be by means of titration, that can be calculated. So this is the use of I2O5. Now we have seen the various type of oxidation state in the various type of oxides. So higher oxides state in the oxide where halogen in higher oxidation state, that is more stable because of the polarizing nature of higher oxidation state. Again Fuzan's rule is applied here. Reactivity towards metals, we have seen that aluminium chloride can form, aluminium bromide can form, magnesium also treated, and formation of magnesium bromide as well as magnesium chloride with chlorine. Now the reactivity of metal chloride is higher as compared with metal bromide as compared with metal iodide. Again this is the depends on bond dissociation enthalpy of the metal and the halogen. Now these halides with oxidation state with PbCl4, then SnCl4, Sb antimony, SbCl3. These are covalent in nature, and mineral chloride with S block elements, these are ionic in nature. So MgBr2, it is ionic in nature, whereas here you are observing higher oxidation state. So it is these are covalent in nature. Now detailed study of the chlorine gas we will do. Now we will do detailed study of chlorine gas. Here you will see the very first point, we are doing work for preparation of chlorine gas. In the laboratory, when you do work with the concentrated H2SO4 and any of the chloride ion, there will be a pungent smelling gas liberate. That gas is HCl gas. In the same process, during the formation of HCl gas, suppose we will add MnO2, then that HCl gas treated with MnO2 and there will be formation of MnCl2. Now, in the same manner, this reaction is only showing HCl and MnO2 are treated and forming MnCl2 along with the chlorine gas and water. Okay, byproducts are chlorine gas, byproduct or main product chlorine gas and water. The same reaction, suppose we are showing in detail that any of the chloride ion when treated with MnO2 and H2SO4, then what will happen? There will be formation of MnCl2 along with sodium hydrogen sulfate and chlorine as the main product. By means of KMnO4. KMnO4 when treated with HCl, then the color of KMnO4 decolorizes. Why? Because KMnO4 when treated with HCl, formation of MnCl2, formation of KCl, then along with the formation of chlorine gas. So these all preparation method stands with the reaction of HCl gas. That how HCl gas can be converted in the chlorine gas. Now next industrial process is Decans process. In the Decans process, oxidation of HCl is carried out. HCl directly heated with the oxygen gas at 273 Kelvin and CuCl2. Then there will be formation of chlorine gas and water. Last preparation method is chlor-alkali process. In the chlor-alkali process, NaCl, its aqueous solution is taken and electricity is passed on. Then there will be formation of NaOH. Then this one alkali word for here, chlor-alkali process. Three precious products we can have. Now after this, the various types of reactions of chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is first we will do work for physical properties. It is a colored gas, yellowish greenish gas. Yellowish green in color. Then its other is highly pungent and little bit anesthesia effect it will show if in excess one will take during the respiration. So excess smell of chlorine is harmful for the human being. Okay, and it is highly soluble in water. That's why as the laboratory reagent we are using chlorine water. Chemical properties. For the chemical properties, very first property, reaction with the metal. In the general property you have seen reaction with metal. That active metal like magnesium, like aluminium, like sodium, they will react with chlorine and there will be formation of respective halide or chloride MgCl2, Al, Cl3 and NaCl. So here there will be formation of magnesium and chlorine, it will give MgCl2, aluminium and chlorine, it will give aluminium chloride, as well as sodium with chlorine, it will give NaCl. Iron is also treated with chlorine, there will be formation of FeCl3. Reaction with the non-metal. Very important non-metal is sulfur. When sulfur is treated with chlorine, there will be formation of S2Cl2. It is very important product for the study. Okay, so phosphorus when treated, there will be formation of, right now you have seen either PCl3 or PCl5 will form as the availability of chlorine is here. If chlorine exists, then PCl5. If chlorine in lesser amount, then PCl3 will be the product. Now, reaction with the base. So, reaction with base, if we will do reaction of chlorine with dilute and cold NaOH or sodium hydroxide, there will be formation of NaCl and NaOCl, both type of chloride, hypochlorite as well as NaCl, both will form. So in a next reaction, when hot and concentrated NaOH is taken and excess of chlorine is taken, then there will be formation of chloride ion and chlorate ion. So this is the difference between cold and dilute NaOH and concentrated NaOH. So point to be noted, when dilute and cold reaction, then Cl is converting from 0 oxidation state to -1 oxidation state and +1 oxidation state. But when concentrated NaOH is there, then Cl with the 0 oxidation state, it is converting in -1 and one more high oxidation state, that is +5. So chloride ion and chlorate ion will form. Reaction with CaOH Cl2. When you were in 10th standard, then you have seen this reaction, that calcium hydroxide when treated with chlorine, there is formation of calcium oxychloride. When you were too small, then CaOCl2 oxychloride, that is absolutely correct till 10. But actually here in this reaction there is formation of again mixture of CaCl2 chloride and hypochlorite, just like this reaction, mixture of chloride and this hypochloride. Here also hypochlorite and chloride, both type of mixture along with water. So in all there is a mixture of CaOH whole 2, CaCl2, CaOCl2 and H2O. This mixture is known as bleaching powder actually. So for 12th standard, if there is a reaction, a question will come that what is bleaching powder, then you need to write this type of complex salt. Okay, that is the mixture of calcium oxychloride, calcium hypochlorite, then calcium chloride, then calcium hydroxide dot 2H2O. This is the actual formula of bleaching powder. Next in the row is chlorine as oxidizing agent. As usual, any of the oxidizing agent will convert itself in lower oxidation state, means that will gain electron, and the rest of the reagent will convert in higher oxidation state. So here ferrous sulfate is converting in ferric sulfate. So FeSO4 and chlorine, always the see the similarity in the reaction, that always the chlorine is converting in HCl. So availability of hydrogen is also needed in the form of H plus ion in each and every reaction. Here we are using acidified ferrous sulfate and it is converting in ferric sulfate and HCl. For balancing, you can do rough work that Fe plus 2 converts in Fe plus 3. So plus 1 oxidation is A. यहाँ आपका Fe plus 2 Fe plus 3 में convert हो रहा है. ओके, क्लोरीन हो रहा है 0 to -1. 0 to -1, 1 oxidation state, and here also 1 oxidation state. So auto balancing or self balancing you will do Fe2SO4 whole thrice. So Fe heat and trial method is okay for this reaction, quite easy. Okay, here sulfite, sodium sulfite when treated with chlorine, there will be formation of sodium sulfate along with HCl. Now here For sulfur, the oxidation state is +4 oxidation state, and here again for sulfur +6 oxidation state. 2 oxidation state change, and here from 0 to 1 oxidation state is changing. So easily balancing can be carried out by means of heat and trial. Next reaction is sulfur dioxide when treated with chlorine, or you can say chlorine water is added to sulfur dioxide, then again it will convert in sulfate. Just SO2 plus H2O Cl2 chlorine water, it will convert in H2SO4 and HCl. Iodine, it is the most important reaction. Iodine when treated with chlorine water, it will convert in iodate ion. So iodine is converting from 0 oxidation state to +5 oxidation state. And here chlorine is converting from -1 state to 0 oxidation state to -1 oxidation state. Here 1 oxidation number change, and here 0 to 5 10 oxidation number is changed. So the cross multiplication method if you will apply, then 5 is here. Then rest of the balancing, for balancing of oxygen you can add H2O or you can add H plus, then you can do balancing part. So that's all about the reaction of chlorine gas. Now next in the row are uses of chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is a very good bleaching agent, permanent bleaching agent. Number second point, that is chlorine gas still we are using in the municipality water as chlorinating agent, like in the water pool also, swimming pool also. Chlorine gas is used for sterilization of water. In a same manner, chlorine gas is very good agent to prepare PCl3, PCl5, which are very good reagent for the further uses. Carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, that is also prepared by means of chlorine gas. Last use, now it is banned, but still given in NCERT that some poisonous gases which are used at the time of war, then it was prepared by chlorine. The very first reaction, that is phosgene reaction, COCl2, phosgene. It is made up by carbon tetrachloride and chlorine gas. Then next is CCl3 and O2. This is known as tear gas. Then next is Cl, CH2, then S, CH2, Cl, means learn S in the middle element, and then CH2, CH3, CH2, Cl. So this gas is known as mustard gas. These all poisonous gases were used at the time of war. Now banned, these all gases are banned now, but still coming in the board examination, so formulas need to be learned.